this video, we're going to find out what Web3 is and how it's going to affect the way that you use the internet in the future, the benefits to you, and potentially some risks of using Web3. Nothing I say on this video is financial advice, always do your own research before investing in money. Let's get into today's video. In order to describe a little bit about what Web3 is, I'm going to talk about Web 2. Now, if you're wondering, Web 2 is basically an evolution of the internet that we are currently using. Now, previously, back in the 1990s, you had Web 1, which, as old as me, you would have remembered basically being able to upload different pages and being able to read and learn information from different pages. It was very limited because the internet itself was not that big. We then evolved from that into Web 3. We then evolved from Web 1 into Web 2 in the early 2000s with the rise of things like Google, with the rise of Amazon. And this effectively meant that you could start to interact with the internet. You could start to upload information onto various centralized platforms. For example, Wikipedia. For example, tons of different websites. And yeah, you could build your own website, but they were all centralized through certain platforms, whether you were building an e-commerce website through Shopify, or whether you were uploading video content to YouTube. This is basically how Web 2 worked. And Web 2 has been very good and has provided us with lots of different services. And there has been a few monster companies that have grown out of it. YouTube, Google, Amazon, as I already mentioned, Facebook, and many more. And basically the way they all work is they all sit on a cloud, and the cloud is the centralized network, and everything basically logs into the cloud. Now this gives the cloud, or that owns the cloud, huge amounts of power over the individuals that are logging into the cloud, and also enables them to make huge amounts of money. Therefore it's very expensive because these companies have the monopoly. They make around $3.9 trillion every single year from all of these services, or allowing their services to be used. Now, the decentralized internet is slightly different from that. It means that everything logs in basically straight into the internet. It's not managed by any centralized cloud service, and instead that gives you access to be able to create your own content platforms. Now, if I upload a video onto YouTube and YouTube doesn't like that content, or YouTube decides that they want to take the money from me, then they can take the video away or whatever. They decide ultimately how much I'm paid for that content. Now, there's a different concept where you could think of a decentralized. In a decentralized world of internet where you might have a video platform where you're free to upload content whenever you want. Now, YouTube needs two different things to operate. It needs a content creator like myself, and it also needs a viewer like yourself. I myself get paid as the creator because I provide a service to the platform. I provide them video content that people come to watch, which means that they can use my videos to promote different stuff and make some money from doing so. But you as a viewer are also an essential part to the YouTube platform, but you don't get rewarded at all in any financial gain from watching different videos. And in a decentralized world, that you could actually benefit from coming up and watching videos and maybe being rewarded for your time watching those videos, because there's no centralized authority in a decentralized internet, and with no middleman, everyone basically becomes a winner. Now, ultimately, the thing that makes all of this possible is cryptocurrency. Before, you used fiat currency, i.e. GBP, US dollar, whatever it is, depending on the country you're in. And if you wanted to send a transaction from one person to another, you would do it through a centralized authority, which is the bank. However, now you have cryptocurrency with decentralized exchanges, where I can send money from myself to someone else in cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin, and they can receive without having to pass through any centralized authority. This keeps rates extremely low and also enables that transaction to go ahead. For example, if I wanted to send money from the UK to America, one, I'm charged a lot of money through Swift transfers, potentially up to 5, maybe even 10% to do so, and also it can take 4 to 5 days, which is why cryptocurrency is an extremely powerful tool and has given the rise to Web3 development. Now, there's various different companies fighting it out to become the host of the Web3, but one of my favorites is the Internet Computer. It enables developers to effectively build directly onto the internet rather than through centralized servers, which ultimately cuts out that $3.9 trillion problem that I talked about earlier on. This makes for much more affordable internet, but also it allows content creators to be far more creative and to actually have ownership of all of their content. Not just their content, but the data they're creating on a daily basis that is monopolized by the likes of Google and Amazon, who make tons of money from the data that you're producing all the time by browsing the internet that you probably weren't even aware that you were doing. So Web3 is ultimately the evolution into a trustless society. It means that you'll be able to conduct transactions and various other things without having to have a trustee or a third party come in and verify whether or not you're allowed to do that. It should result in ultimately a much cheaper, much faster, and much more user-friendly internet for everyone, allowing freedom for creators to go and create incredible content without the limitations that Web 2 has given in the past, and as well as that, for you to benefit from using the internet in ways that you may not have even imagined. Web 3 is still extremely new and it's a very exciting prospect because no one's exactly sure how it's going to develop, because the possibilities are endless, all the things and all the ways in which we might benefit from using this incredible technology. It's a very exciting time to be learning about this. So welcome, because you're very early and there's lots of opportunity that will arise from being early in this space. If you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. If you're new to Web3, crypto, blockchain technology, and you want to know more, then make sure you subscribe, guys, and I'll keep you up to date with all of the latest that's happening. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye-bye.